Hi everybody, it's Janice, and today I am going to make a little love card or a Valentine card. I made a few different variations. I used some stamps from the Stamps of Life, from Stephanie Bernard's Stamps of Life, as well as the dies for this little set. And the set is called Sampler to Love. So there it is, and then I've got all the little dies right here, and I just used my Cuddle Bug and cut out all the little banners from this paper from My Mind's Eye, and it's called Love Me. And so it's got all these great colors. I love this whole pink with the turquoise in it concept, because I don't generally, you know, like reach for pink and stuff. Obviously I do boy cards or boy layouts, but this one I like because it has that turquoise and gray in it. So I like it. Alright, I also used a embossing folder from Doris called Basket Weave, and here's the piece that I cut. My card is 4x4, and therefore I cut this one to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 because I wanted to have that whole panel look. I think I said that the other day. I like it when there is a second panel versus, I'll show you this one. This was kind of my inspiration. I made this one for a card class at Michael's. It was called a Tiny Card Tricks, or Mini Card Tricks. And so I loved this card. This one's made with washi tape. Okay, so the whole card trick was, you know, using washi tape and twine. What do you call that? Hemp, or anyway. You'll see what I mean in a moment, and a border punch. And I like that card. It's really cute, but I like it when there's a second layer. Now for this card, I also used my paper tray ink paper that I've been hoarding forever. It's really thick. Paper tray ink paper is really, really ultra thick. I'm trying to get a piece here so you can get a feel for the texture. It's nearly cardboard, nearly chipboard. It's really nice. And so this is the craft paper, and then I cut, I don't have a card right now, I'm just going to show you the panel, but it's 4x8, and then I folded it at the 4-inch mark in half right there, and that's it. And then I use lots and lots of dimension on this card, and so we're going to use my fun foam that I just run it through my Xyron like I explained before. I do that a lot because I like the thickness of the fun foam. I don't like it to be like, you know, 2 feet off of the page. I know, exaggeration. All right, and then I'm trying to think, what do I want to do next? So what I want to show you is how I made the little banner, how I put it together. And then I also want to show you heat embossing with dye ink. Somebody said they would like to see that. So we're going to use the Heidi Swap, sorry, Archival dye ink. This is Archival, which means it's waterproof, which is very, very exciting to me. And I hope she comes out with more colors like the reds. And right now she doesn't have a red in that line, and I really would love to have a red. Okay, so let's put the little banner together. I got a piece of just hemp cording, very thin, and I didn't, let's see, what did I cut it to? I wasn't really paying attention to the size, but I did cut it to about 9 inches. And yes, I got a new craft mat. I did something really hot on the other one from Recollections, and I warped it really bad. I mean, it was bothering me. It was like, wow. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that, and so I used my 50% at Michael's yesterday and got this Fiskars one, and it's way bigger, and I like this grid that it has in the middle. Enough of that about that. Little side note there. Okay, so what I did was I lined up my banner over here how I wanted it to be, and I'm going to work from the center out, and then I did fold my little tag here, or my let's zoom in a little bit. I folded it, sorry about the glare, it's really bad, but I folded it there, and then I took some Scotch Quick Dry. This is great for these kind of projects where you want them to dry pretty fast. And see, I just did like a little line of glue on the back, and then I just stick it down right there and just push it down, then go out from there. So I'm just grabbing the other little pieces now, and then I cut out the banners. I didn't explain that part, and I didn't show it just because, you know, that could take time. On my Cuttlebug with the C-plate, when you cut on your Cuttlebug, you need your C-plate, and sometimes you might even need a shim or something if it's not thick enough. But I did 3 papers at a time. I took the dies and I put them on the B-plate, and then I put 3 layers of this pattern paper here on top of the dies. It comes, this particular die set from the Stamps of Life that coordinates with that stamp set has these 3 banners on it. Okay, so I cut them out of that paper, just 3 of them, and that way I got 9. And so I was able to, I think I did it twice maybe, and then that way last night I just sat here watching Netflix. I found a new show, and I was watching that and crafting at the same time, and not really having to think about it much because it was, you know, doing the same thing over and over again. So as you can see, I'm just almost finished with the banner, and well, at least with this part of the banner. Okay, and so then I would set that aside just for a few moments. It doesn't take very long. It really is quick dry. So if you don't like it, you need to fix it right away because it will stick. Then what I did was I also cut out a strip, a 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch strip from that same paper, and then I changed this one up a little bit because my strip was a little bit like crazy, because I was using that sparkly paper that I told you that's from DCWV. It's glitter paper, and I love it, and I still have scraps from that one sheet that I've been using, and I just used my it's called Open Scallop from EK Success. This punch is one of my favorites. And then on the other one, I did it like this because I was able to cut them straight, and this one I knew wasn't going to work out because of how close it was to the edge. For me anyway, it wasn't going to work out. So I decided to just make it a little bit different. And so this will get adhered to the bottom part of my little 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 panel. And then I will also corner punch. This is the We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, which I love. I have them all, and I love them. Okay, and then we do the same exact thing to the card okay? But like I said, I don't have the card because I just wanted to show the panel. So see here, I did the same thing. If this was, I just turn it around and that's what it would look like, because this panel is going to get popped up right there. Okay. All right, now let's do the heat embossing. Like I said, I've got some little a few little elements here that we'll talk about in a moment. But you know what? Let's do this because I don't want to blow them away with the heat tool. All right, so to attach my banner, I need to put 2 little holes up here, and I like to use the We Are Memory Keepers brad. I mean the brad setter. And I really love this tool because I love this part. It really is great. So if you use brads, you know, I mean, and I do. I use brads quite a bit. So what I did was I took my ruler, my little mini ruler that I love so much. This is an EK Success little ruler, and it has these grid lines that are perfect so that if you want to set, like I want these 2 holes to be 1/4 of an inch from the inside. So I find 1/4 of an inch and I put the hole there, and now they'll be in the same line and they'll be evenly spaced from the edge. Then I take my 2 little just silver brads, nothing special, something I got on clearance from Michael's, I'm sure, or Joann's, one of those 2, or Hobby Lobby, you know. And then I stick them in the holes. And if you have one of these thick foam mats, it's just from the kids department at Michael's, you can just kind of stick it in there to hold it in place. Then we get our banner. It's nice and dry now. And we're gonna like wrap it. See if you can see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna go over like this, and then I'm gonna go around, and I went over and then around. It doesn't really matter if it's over and around, that's just what I did, but you can get it to stay however you would like. And then I just push it down hard, and then we're gonna flip it over and bend these back. And I'm glad I have these tools with this, because these mini brads from Colorbox, they are hard. These, sometimes they're soft, but these ones are hard, and I hate it when I get it into my nail bed. I hate that. It is really not fun, and it makes me very cranky. So this is great, keeps me happy. And you just push it down. It has a little place there where, you see that? Where the brad, the 2 little legs can go between. It helps if you have your head over it. And then you smash it down. Painless. See? Cool, huh? And then we're going to cut out those little tails. Cut them down. And then in between, as if it wasn't enough already, I put little stars. And these little stars were made also from the scraps from that glitter paper from DCWV. It's this little star punch. And I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it was really cheap. It was like $3.99. And I love it. So I'm going to take a little bit of quick dry. And I'm just going to put it in between. Don't do them all at once, because by the time you pick up these little stars and put them down, they could be dry. And if that happens, you know, like if you had to be distracted or something at this moment and your glue dries, it's okay, just put a little more glue on there. Yeah, they're really tiny and so stinking cute. I love them. Look how cute. Is that not adorable? So, 2 more dots. Tiny baby dots. We used to say in preschool, baby dots of glue. I wonder if my little buddy Nolan remembers that. He was in my class when he was 4, and we used to say baby dots, baby dots. Okay, then these little circle, I used a different one on the other cards, but see, this heart is different. So this one was a close to my heart, or not close to my heart, sorry, Creative Memories punch. If you guys remember, this is a throwback tool here. And it has